That's one thing that I'm just asking for, to be cleared out. Okay. So ano pang ibang initiatives na ginagawa nyo with the new focus that you have right now?
Sa ngayon, ang nakikita naming pinaka-immediate ay yung motivating and some kind of providing guides to young graduates in terms of their developing their career, because that's where we are coming from. For example, now we were used to have the idea that for us to get a better job, we have to work abroad, go to the Middle East. But now it's different story. It's the that's coming here. I was particularly surprised when I came back. The volume of the BPO here is much larger than any countries in the world, other than maybe India or China. So the question is, how prepared are we for this? When we go back to the community, we have new graduates. Are they equipped to land a job in a BPO? Because if not, we will have to begin teaching them to prepare for that.
How does one able to acquire or to get to know what you're doing? Paano sila mag-involve?
Marami kaming mga avenues of ano. Number one is we schedule this up to barangay level information dissemination. We conduct meetings, we hold workshops. And then on the other, aside from that, we also appear on, we guest on radio and advise these projects that we have. We have our website where they can see our programs. And we are now, that's why now we are aggressively recruiting people to join us as volunteers. Right? Because what we would like to happen is, for example, if the best would be in every barangay or every town, at least every town, meron kaming representative na Tshirtstorm to do the four things that we have. It's a thorough, it's a tough challenge, but it's possible. So we'll begin with wherever is available, we'll get there. So right now, mostly we are in Bicol. Nagkataong nandito kami, nandito rin ako. So we are starting with Bicol.
How does one become a member?
They just have to click a link on our website and they fill up the information needed. The information needed is the name, email address, and mailing address. And of course, if they would put the city, because later on we will filter them according to city by location, including overseas locations. Right now, our membership, more than half are from the U.S. Filipino are in the U.S. So we will track them according to their location, so that when we will provide projects or we will launch programs in those areas, we know who to.
Okay. What will they get from joining you? That's always the question being asked. What will I get from joining you, or what can I also do by joining you?
For now, it's basic. What the people are joining us are there to support the advocacy. Na pinaka-fundamental is by having themselves counted is good enough at the moment, because we have this body is willing to support us. But in the long term, shall we say at the maturity level of the organization, what we would like to happen is every member gets the protection of Tshirtstorm. Because one of our advocacy, apart from the anti-corruption, is the promotion of consumers' rights, the protection of consumers' rights. So, ngayon makita mo pag nagpunta ka, maski na sa mga financing institutions, banko, malls, may mga pagkakataong alam mo na nababiolate ang right mo, pero hindi mo alam saan ka magko-complain. For example, this is not in the country, sa atin lang, but probably ngayon, valid din niya ngayon. Meron kang cheque. Supposed to be ipapalit mo sa bangko. Ang pagkaalam natin yun ang instrument na yun na pag pag mo sa bangko, pampalitin.
Okay.
But I don't know here, but in other countries that I knew, you will be required to open an account in their bank as a precondition to exchange your check. So bakit i-require mo gano'n? Diba? Dito sa atin, I think, which is, well, I hope I'm not forewarning the banks, yung holding time ng pera, halimbawa, nag-issue ka ng cheque sa akin,
for the budget,
bangko mo sa kanya, supposed to be the same
deposit,
day. Nilipat
you're
sa akin,
expecting,
inalis sa bangko noon, napunta sa akin the same day. But they are holding it for 3 days.
But they said it's clearing time.
No, what clearing time now?
But
During those
sure
times,
that the bank to make sure that what you have deposited, there's a bank. I mean, there's a money in it.
What they claimed before as clearing time, true yun nung hindi pa ganitong highly computerized. But
see.
now, what's the reason why hindi in the same day ay information
Okay,
isa tayo?
okay.
Ito
Tama.
ay opening lang, no?
Right.
You know why they do it? It's the float.
I see, okay.
It's the
That's
float.
it. Tama ka. Tama ka. So, initially, the bank can immediately check whether the check deposit is funded or not.
Yes,
Diba? By
yes,
just...
yes.
Okay, but the question is the float.
The
no?
float,
But, they will
because-
hold on to it for a
Yes.
and then they can make money out of it.
Now, who run against this bank to?
Okay. Right.
Pero kung may grupo ka, kasing
Now, is there any law that says that the bank should not wait for some time?
walang
Wala.
nagsasabi.
Okay. So, in short, there's a need for some law
Yes,
into
yes,
it.
yes.
And with your group,
Possible we can help in, formulating laws that protect
So-
or preserve.
So in short, that's the thing that they will get by joining your
Yeah.
group, this kind of information.
Yeah.
So siguro yung sasabi ng iba na, what will I get from joining your group is getting information, such kind of information that may not be available with other
With
entities.
others. At saka isa pa, Fred, ang ano dyan is, sa ngayon na-experience din natin tayo may reklamo. Pero saan ba tayo magreklamo? Now, with us, even the act of writing the letter to the appropriate party, we can handle it because
Okay.
may tao tayong mga volunteers na nakafocus na doon. So parang ibato mo na lang ang reklamo mo, kami na mag-handle para tayo.
And that is now working. It's now operating
Yes,
that
yes.
kind of system. That, we will again pause a while and we shall continue. But no go.
Finding a great career is every young person's dream. Yet, all over the world, the skills mismatch problem gets in the way. We at the Ayala Group of Companies, together with our employer partners, have developed a solution, and we call this solution LINK, which stands for Learning with Industry Collaboration. At LINK, we don't just teach students, we link them with their future careers.
Link Senior High School at University of Nueva Cáceres. Call us now.
Now, I can confidently say, buti na lang, may SSS. Last month, I had a terrible flu. I needed to be hospitalized because I'm dehydrated na. I wasn't able to work for 1 week. I had to settle the hospital bills pa. Buti na lang, may SSS ako. Good standing member ako, kaya ayun, nagamit ko ang sickness benefit ko. Now, I fully appreciate when I see my SSS contribution sa payslip ko. Contribution ko, ipong nagbibigay protection.
Ngayon, ang pagta-tricycle ko, hindi na lang para sa boundary at araw-araw na gastos ng pamilya. Buti na lang, nag-SSS Alcanza Program ang toda namin. Araw-araw, barya-barya lang. Kayang maipon ang buwan ng kontribusyon sa SSS. Dahil dito, membro na ako ng SSS. Kontribusyon ko, ipong may benepisyo. Proteksyon pa sa biyahe. Mga katoda, mag-SSS Alcanza Program na. Punta na saan mang SSS office.
Halay po ako sa tiyos na pamilya. Dahil sa sitwasyon ni, napundo ako ng pag-eskwela nin 4 na taon. Sa tinaong scholarship ng ako Bicol, nakapag-adal ako ng libre, nakasabay sa mga activities ninda, as naging finalist pa sa TOSB. Pagkatapos kong mag-graduate na cum laude, kinuatulos ako magtrabaho kang ako Bicol, tanganing magtabang sa ibang arog ko na magkaigwaning edukasyon, asin marahay na buhay.
Ako Bicol Party List. Katabang na, kasurug pa.
Okay, welcome back to our program here on Inside Bicol, and my guest for tonight is Arnold Fajardo. Arnold, let's continue the discussion. We're talking about some initiatives that you've undertaken to provide information to a lot of your members. Had there been any case that has been worked out, or let's say that you have assisted related sa mga ganyan? Meron ba kayo natulungan?
For now, there are ongoing cases na I'm not yet in a position to disclose. It's still in the process. But for now, what we are doing, because we are just barely on our 7th month from the start. We have just been incorporated a month ago. So, but we have now programs specific to that. For example, we have this new, by the way, what we are coming from is, we are trying to support the government in terms of disseminating the programs that they have so that yung mga ordinaryong tao alam. Kung matutulungan namin mga ordinaryong tao, for example, in doing business and all that, that's what we will do. We train them. Now, very specific is, we have this new, I just forgot the name, the number of the Republic Act, but it's about entrepreneurship for the youth. That was just signed into law about 2 months or 3 months ago. Now, malaki ang nilalaman nito, nabasa ko na initially. Nandoon na yung mga kailangan na suporta ng taong nag-iisip magnegosyo, lalo na kabataan. Now, the thing is, alam ba ng kabataan? I tried to, because we have a youth component with the Tshirtstorm, I asked them if they are familiar with it or they are, at least they are aware. They are not. So now, what we're trying to do is study this Republic Act and prepare some dissemination strategy specifically for the youth. And then we do this kind of, by next year we're scheduling runs with different schools and universities in Bicol and partly in Metro Manila, principally telling them about this act. And then, for example, about entrepreneurship. Napakadaling sabihin itong entrepreneurship gawin natin. But in reality, mahirap. It requires a lot of. So that's the one we are trying to motivate them to really think deeper, think more forward in terms of how do you really want to become an entrepreneur.
Okay. So you're not really there to compete with the government, more of
Help them.
To complement with what they're doing.
Yes.
Not to compete.
Not to compete.
Okay. Now, this for me is a big task, no? And of course, it will need funding. How are you funded?
For now, we depend on the individual contribution from officers, members, and from.
Is there any
supporters.
membership fee that you charge?
No.
Okay.
We only ask our initial officers to dole out a certain amount to start, because now we order this T-shirt and we sell it for a certain margin so that we have some funds. That's the one we needed to fund. But I think for now, beginning next year, there are indications of interest from some corporations, from some NGOs to support us. But I think it will come once they see our reality. These things will come, because I know for a fact there are so many foundations all over, US, Canada, Europe. They have a lot of money. They just need some organization, credible organization run by credible people to do the thing for them. And good governance is one of the topic areas that's very worldwide nowadays.
Well, I guess it will be attractive, especially now, because you have the organization, you have the numbers.
Yeah.
I'm even pretty sure that a lot of the politicians will be interested to network with you.
Yeah.
So, are you open to them for networking?
If they would like to donate, we will accept, but with an MOA. Don't bind us to help you in any
Really?
way. Of course, we will be thankful.
Now, is there such a group, I mean, the same kind of directions in Canada or outside of the Philippines? More or less the same?
Well, in the Philippines, there's a lot.
Okay.
Advocates for good governance, for anti-corruption, there's a lot. But again, my take there is, unless I am familiar with the leaders, who they are, I cannot vouch their credibility in terms of whether they are political or not. Kaya nga, noon, when I came back here, I have no dreams of putting something on my own. Gusto ko magtulong lang.
Okay.
So I was trying to examine organizations so that I can join. Pero ang sinamampalad, as I go along, I research about them. They have colors. So I said, oh no, I won't. Until such time, okay, to be sure na walang color, ako na mismo magtayo.
Okay.
That's the story why I found
How
it.
are you organized? Is it organized by region, by town, by province, by barangay?
For now, that's the direction. We will be organized lowest level barangay. But for now, in the general organization, what we have there is, well, of course, the Board of Trustees. It's composed of trusted individuals who are the founders of Tshirtstorm. There are about 10 of us there. On top of that, we have the Board of Advisors who advises us on we have now 4 or 5, I think. One is a top executive, one of the top companies in the Philippines, which happened to be my colleague, who is advising us on financial matters. We have Attorney Bondal of the Anti-Binay
Part of your group.
Attorney Rene Bondal, who will be advising us on legal matters and all that. We have Nonoy, Jun Risuena, a retired police officer who happened from Baao, who is also helping us on the police and security matters. We have Dino Badilla from the youth sector, who happened also from Baao. Then we have an archbishop who declines to be named.
Oh, really?
But he supports us.
But one thing for sure, definitely, I will not be seeing you in the political arena in the years to come. Because they say that when somebody would organize, they have good projects, they're able to organize. Sometimes you see them now in the political running for a particular office. In your case,
That would not happen.